But like any business embracing new opportunities, we should also be straight about our weaknesses. Structural issues like poor productivity, skills gaps, low business investment, and the overconcentration of wealth in the southeast have led to uneven and lower growth. Real incomes haven't risen by as much as they could. As a result, confidence in the future, though, starts with honesty about the present. So we want to be one of the most prosperous countries in Europe, and today I want to set out our plan to address those issues. That plan, our plan for growth, is necessitated, energized, and made possible by Brexit. The desire to move to a high-wage, high-skill economy is one that's shared on all sides of that debate, and we need to make Brexit a catalyst for the bold choices that will take advantage of the nimbleness and flexibilities that it makes possible. So this is a plan for growth. It's not a series of measures or announcements, which will have to wait, I'm afraid, for budgets and autumn statements in the years ahead. But this plan is a framework against which individual policies will be assessed and taken forward. And I set out that plan, those priorities, under 4 pillars. They build on the people, capital, ideas themes set out by the Prime Minister last year in his May's lecture, and as such are the pillars essential for any modern innovation-led economy. For ease of memory, the 4 pillars all happen to start with the letter E, the 4 E's of economic growth and prosperity, and they are enterprise, education, employment, and everywhere. So let's start with the first E, which is enterprise. If we're to be Europe's most prosperous economy, we need to have, quite simply, its most dynamic and productive companies. Today, we are already ranked by the World Bank as one of the best places to do business amongst large European nations, second only to America in the G7. And the result of that pro-business climate is that since 2010, we've created more than 1 million new businesses in this country. But the question I want to ask is, how are we going to generate the next million? And firstly, we need lower taxes. In Britain, even after recent tax rises, we have one of the lowest levels of business tax as a proportion of GDP amongst major countries. But we should be explicit. High taxes directly affect the incentives which determine decisions by entrepreneurs, investors, or larger companies about whether to pursue their ambitions in Britain. With volatile markets and high inflation, sound money must come first. But our ambition should be to have nothing less than the most competitive tax regime of any major country. That means restraint on spending. In case anyone is in any doubt about who will actually deliver that restraint to make a low-tax economy possible, I gently point out that in the 3 weeks since Labour promised no big government chequebook, they've made £45 billion of unfunded spending commitments.